Hello, beautiful friends. Hey, Jody. I'm laughing because I had no idea why this morning I posted that it would be 10 Pacific Standard Time, which goes perfectly with what we're going to discuss today about just grace and craziness happening in the collective right now. So I had no idea why I did that, but that's funny. Whoever's meant to show will show, and if not, you can catch it on the replay. So, how are we all doing? It's been a little crazy, right now with the world. I feel like when I tap into the collective, it's like it's a lot. It's a lot, and so lately, especially when tapping into the collective or when I'm a part of that collective, right? We're breathing. It feels like this like double Dutch energy of like, going out, going in, going out, going in. And, it's almost like creating like this confusion and chaos of like, when do I speak? When do I go inside? When is this speak? When is it setting boundaries and speaking my truth? When is it me sitting back and being patient and showing empathy? And like that constant change of like, when is this my personal lesson? When is this me holding space? There's just a lot of like, there's just so much going on right now. So for me, when I was asking on that, like, when is this me needing to speak my truth and stand up for myself, and when is this me being patient? And so what they said to me, well, who's attacking you? Who's the lesson? Who's the teacher, right? Is this something that you can say, or is it not? So the examples that I'm going to use is when it was just like being patient, taking a breath. Okay, so the first one that's coming through is my kids started going to school. It's a new school. The process of pickup and drop off isn't as fluid as the other school. So, and I'm still trying to be graceful and let people in, and no one's saying thank you. So then that in itself is like, why am I expecting a thank you if I'm doing it kindly? So many lessons in this pickup and drop off lane. But it's like, I can't, there's nothing to say to someone, right? There's nothing. So then it's about me. It's like, how am I showing up this morning? Am I being graceful? Am I being kind? Am I expecting a thank you back? We start to, so I know it's about me, right? And then also like the other day I was just laying outside and I get tore up by mosquitoes, so I had my blanket on. I was like, they're not gonna get me. And I had an amazing meditation. And then I woke up and I have makeup on right now, but this huge mosquito bite on my face. And I'm like, mother effer. Like, right? I can't really beat up or cuss out a mosquito. So then it's like the control and letting go, it happened. Are you gonna sit and okay, thank you. So it's like a mosquito bite, right? Is this something that you're gonna sit and scratch and scratch and scratch until it gets worse and it gets infected? Or it can just be like, damn, well, shit, now I got a mosquito bite in my face, and then let it go, put some oil on it, and let it be, right? So how are you reacting to these things? And I think that that's different than when obviously someone is coming at you, or when you need to set boundaries, when you need to say something. Because sometimes I feel like we're so ready, because right now everyone in the world, the collective, is so ready to like throw down. Everyone is ready to like throw down and be aggressive and I'm right, where it's like, I feel for me, the best way for me to show up is to honor people's truth and to respect my truth and to be the board, to be the consistency kind of where it feels like there's a lot of chaos. So, but as you focus on you, another thing that they're just bringing forth is just like right now, how being in the collective, how well, we are a part of the collective, can be very, very draining. So it's so important that you take care of you right now. And that is the reason why I have been taking a break. I haven't been doing these in a while because I really had to take some months to take care of me, to take care of my healing, and to go in deeper. And I had the opportunity to attend this really beautiful retreat with Heart Connections. Hello to Brad and to my Heart Connection family. And I do all the things, right? I do retreats, I've done plant medicine, but this was kind of the catalyst for me to really dig under the subconscious mind. I've done a lot of work myself, but there was always like this undertow. I could feel something pulling me. And I wrote a little bit about it, and I'll open up a little bit more about just some past trauma as a child, some sexual trauma that I was unaware of physically. Obviously, my mind did that to protect me, but in the subconscious mind, it came out. And so I really had to take time to honor and to feel that wound and to see it from a bigger perspective, and take time for me. So I've really been hyper focused on what is my energy going to for 2 months, right? It was really about myself, my family, and my clients. So I didn't have anything extra to give, and I didn't do a lot of these. But now I feel better. I feel recharged. I've been really focusing on also this vessel. I think that was something that I was not holding myself accountable to, and I was so much in the mentality of like, treat yourself, and not remembering that self-discipline is also self-love. And so I had stepped away a little bit from my practice, and also just from what I was putting in my vessel. And I had a couple of we talk about the pebbles and the stones. I wasn't listening to the pebbles, so I had a couple stones kind of thrown my way to get me back into alignment. Oh, there you go. Yeah, drinking the green juice. To get back into alignment and to take care of my vessel, right? Because I feel also in the energetic world, we're so focused on the quantum field and the energy, and because I do energy work, it's like this, I get that boost of energy. It is that little that Red Bull energetically. I wasn't noticing how fatigued my body was and how it wasn't really in alignment. So but it's crazy how fast your body kicks back in, and just by really adjusting my morning routine and my night routine, it's allowed me to feel so much better. And what's really crazy is that you don't know you're out of alignment at times until you're back into in alignment. So for me, because I was, I'm just tired, I'm just gonna take these naps, I'm just gonna meditate more, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing for a while. Now that I'm like, I have, my energy levels are back up, I'm like, holy cow, I was really tired and I didn't notice. So I think it's really important that you kind of have those things, that those bumpers, those place markers that will kind of ping and remind you, oh, you're a little bit out of alignment. And whether that is, a friend that holds you accountable. For me, it's, one of my best friends, Brenda, is like, girl, get your shit together. And she says it like that. And checks me when I'm not honoring myself, my vessel, my integrity, all of the things, right? And so it may be a mentor, it may be a loved one, it may be a teacher, it may be yourself, and in the body, constantly checking in. And because the mind is going to constantly be telling you to push through, it's going to tell you that you're fine. And even us that are in this healing world, right? We are so focused on helping others that sometimes we're like, okay, but what do I need right now? And staying in integrity of taking care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And so I'm excited to be back. I am like honored to be here again and to be able to give back. So let me just take a moment. Green Juice 2. Hi, Noel. I love you. Jody, this is time to see the difference between our expected versions and the pure love experience. Absolutely. I think that everyone, okay, so it's coming through. It's like the emperor has new clothes. Do you guys remember that story? Uh, when we were little, it was like one of my favorite ones, right? And so, um, but the twist that they're giving me with the emperor has new clothes, right? Is like he's running around naked and people are like, oh no, it looks great, right? If I remember it correctly. But what they're switching in my mind is what they're saying is like, we're all fucking naked. Like we're all naked right now. We are all raw. We are all spilling our guts. We're all going through some shit. We are all experiencing these upgrades. I don't like to use the buzzwords I feel like everyone uses because sometimes they have so much tied to them, but these upgrades, right? We are upgrading, we are expanding, we are growing through these challenges. And that's the difference between the emperor has new clothes. It's not telling someone like, oh yes, your clothing is beautiful, but like looking down and you're like, oh, we are all naked. And what happens when we're naked, right? Some people are going to be like, have a lot of shame and be covering themselves. And, but at some point, it's when you focus on yourself, then it's like, it doesn't, this is who I am. This is me and all of my glory, all of the stretch marks and the cellulite and the boobs and all of the things. And that is where that freedom comes from, right? With that authenticity, that vulnerability is by letting yourself be naked, letting yourself be real. Hi, Sherry. So, some of you I haven't seen in a while. So if you want to ask any questions before we get into the meditation, I can go ahead and answer them and we'll see what comes up. So I was doing, I started to shuffle and the first card popped up, which made total sense. And I was like, I should have done this in the live, but I want to pull another one. The first one that I pulled was Green Tara, Compassion and Empathy for the collective. And so remembering that you, because you've done some of the work, have more tools, have more gas in the tank, have more, they're saying not gas, more love in the tank than a lot of people out there. There are a lot of people that are running on fumes. There are a lot of people that have been, that are stranded in their cars because they've run out, and that's what the collective experiencing right now. It's just this stress of not knowing what's gonna happen. Are we gonna have another shutdown? And the next one is Reclaiming Joy. So this is something that also hits home for me because I really had to focus on play and like real play. And like I said, that retreat that we went to, they make you play. And so I've noticed that I've had more time at home to really be with my children, to play, to let them lead, and to let that inner child out, right? I feel like right now, everyone's inner child is coming out. So everyone might be acting from a place of pain, from a place of hurt. And we've been there, right? So because you've done the work, you're a little bit down the line. But when you look at that person and how they're reacting, and you can see them from that soul level, and you can see yourself in them, and you can see when you were at that point in life, it allows, like today, this morning, right? The lady that I allowed in, and She didn't say thank you, and I had a moment, but I was like, I remember that day. I remember when I was that mom rushing to drop the kids off because my value was at work and I had to be there and everybody depended on me. And you know, that job was my identity, and I was not focused on anything in the morning other than taking my kids, dropping them off, and getting to work. So because I know where my heart was at that time and how lost I was, I can look at that woman and that mom and say, okay, like, okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I let you in and you didn't say thank you. It doesn't matter if the people behind me were honking at me, because I see you and I understand where you were, because at some point I was there in that place too. And so that's so huge right now, is having that empathy and that compassion, for all of those around us. I'm telling you, I can undoubtedly say that everyone is going through some stuff right now. Like everyone, whether it's with their health, whether it's with their children, whether it's with work, whether it's with a loved one, everyone is going through something. So that's why your practice, I feel it's now it's like non-negotiable. I have to take that time in the morning to prepare for what's going to happen to and they keep bringing up this emperor new clothes. It's almost like you I waking up in the morning and taking off your clothes and showing up authentically and not putting on the you know, and I'm going to say proverbial masks. I'm not even going to get into masks, but how can I show up authentically and with integrity and with love today for myself and for those around me? At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, right? It always comes down to love. When we do those guided meditations and I say, what word do your guides, does your team in spirit have for you? Most of the time, it's going to be that those words: compassion, love, empathy. And when you are tapping into that higher consciousness, that Christ grid, love me some Jesus, that's all it is. It's love. It's always comes down to love, right? It's we make it so complicated. Where when it's really like, does this feel right? Yes. Okay, great. Move forward. And as you start to focus on you, as you start to trust you, as you start to open up your heart and trust this body, then you start to radiate that out. As you start to love you, then you start to see yourself and everyone around you, and then you start to open that heart up even more and show compassion. And then sometimes people don't know how to react to that, which in itself is a little bit sad, right? When you're being kind to someone and they're like, they're almost perplexed and they're not, you know, we are so hard on ourselves. We're so hard on those around us, that when someone hands us like their hand to help us to love us, sometimes we either, you know, slap it away because we're not used to, or we think that there's something behind that, or we don't even know how to react, right? And so as you grow your own self-love, then you have enough to give those to others, and then that's how we really start to shift. That's how we start to change the world. So I'm just going to take a minute. I'm proud of you, Carolyn. Proud of you. Speaking of that, so this weekend I had the opportunity to go to the Casey Mystic Art Fair. I know there's one coming up in October. My beautiful friend Carolyn is the host of that, and it's such a beautiful collective of healers. So not to give her a plug, but I'm always preaching like it's so important that you invest in your healing, that you invest in you, and whether that is through me, whether that is through my students, whether that is through my Reiki sisters, whatever that is for you. You never know when you're ready, like that thing is gonna happen for you. So like I said, for me, that heart connection retreat was the thing. And I was just like, it's this retreat, like it's this process, it's the people. And my guys were like, no, it's not necessarily the retreat, it's you were ready to look at that, you were ready to peel back those layers, to look at that undertow and to look into your subconscious mind. You're ready for this now. And so it doesn't matter if it's in a retreat, if it's in a Reiki session, if it's a conversation with someone where you have like that epiphany, where you have that like aha moment. And I feel like that's starting to speed up and things are starting to come together a lot faster. So invest in you, whatever costs you, whatever brings you joy. But if there are we have so many amazing healers in Kansas City. Noelle's on here too. I had a beautiful reading from her yesterday. She's amazing. Let me see what other, I have my students on here. Lindsay, Jody's an amazing life coach. Who's on here? Yeah, so I mean, we are literally surrounded. We are so lucky in Kansas City because people are really starting to be open, and we are surrounded by so many people that are called here, right? And when I take a moment to really think of like how I landed in Kansas City, like I'm just like in awe, right? And people that know my background, my immigration status, it's like I couldn't go to a regular state school, right? So I've always had to find a solution, which made me very resilient. So I couldn't go to a state school. I wanted to play soccer. Found an NAIA school that wanted me, a soccer scholarship. And so I ended up here. And then I met my husband and I stayed here. But so many little, like beautiful, like intricate, divinely orchestrated things had to happen for me to be here. And so many of the people that I connect with, and even students, and we talk about how we are here, you know, there are no coincidences. And I just feel like there's so much love, there's so many things that are happening in Kansas City, and you can open yourself up to them. I feel like there's a huge gap that's happening in people living in different worlds, and I really don't want to get into the 3D 5D stuff right now, but if you are looking for beauty, it's out there and you will see it. If you're looking for healing, it's available to you now. So just ask yourself, what do I need in this moment? And let yourself be open to what arrives, because sometimes I feel also we ask for something, and just because it's not in the right packaging or it's not in the way that we envisioned it, we're like, that's not what it is, right? But there's just so much available to us now. Awesome. So thank you to all of those that have joined. We're going to go ahead and get started now. Let me turn up my music. So reclaiming joy. To reclaim joy, you have to be living in that heart space. So I really want to focus on that today. So start to get comfortable. Give me a thumbs up if my music is audible. Ooh, friends. And if you have any crystals that you want to hold on to, I have my little shungite bars here. Feel free to hold on to those. I'll give you a moment to go and grab something. And really ask yourself, like, what does your meditation practice look like? Remember, when you have that ceremony and that process, it gets easier to tap into that and tap into relaxation. So for me, I have my candle, I have my Palo Santo. So as soon as I light my candle and I light my Palo Santo, and start to take those deep breaths, I've already trained my brain and my body to know, like, oh, this is what we're doing now. So what does that look like? Do you light a candle, Palo Santo, grab some crystals, sit in a specific place in your house? Really start to think and be intentional about your practice, right? And it doesn't matter what that is. You can be laying in bed, relaxing in the morning, but the consistency is what's going to allow you to get in there faster, to tap into that. Oh, hello, my love. Hi, Perla. Hi, Monica. Welcome, welcome. We're about to get started. So as you grab your things, get your stuff together, start to get comfortable, and start to maybe gently shut down your eyes. Or wait, can someone give me a thumbs up? Are we good on the music? Yes, can we not hear it? It's pretty light. I don't have my speaker today. We're gonna rock with it. So gently shutting down the eyes, relaxing the shoulders, softening the waist. Relaxing the jaw. And in this moment, we call in your team and spirit to be here with you now. Your I am presence, your higher self, to be here with us now. Your angels, your guides, your spirit animals, light beings, loved ones, those that are here to assist, to guide, and for your highest good. Let that wave of relaxation come over from the top of the head and just scanning down, relaxing the forehead, the eyes, letting the eyes rest and sink deeper. Down to the mouth, relaxing the tongue. Throat and the neck. Letting those relax. Taking a deep breath. Relaxing the shoulders even more. Deepening that breath. Relaxing the torso, the back. Yourself expand, almost visualizing yourself with each breath like popping up like a sponge, like a puff fish, filling yourself up with air and then releasing, letting go of any tension, any slush that you're holding in the body as you let it out, and almost feeling that aura, that energy around you, with each breath expanding and contracting, and finding your flow where it almost starts to feel like a dance, where it almost starts to feel playful. And as you deepen that breath, letting it expand as far as it needs to go, breathing out, maybe it doesn't come all the way back in. Just letting your whole body expand, letting it open up, almost feeling like the cells and molecules within are just being filled and opening up with light. Letting yourself be expansive. There's so much restriction in this world right now that we want to almost be so light that we feel like we're floating. Yourself be filled, taking as much as you need in this moment. Letting yourself be filled. by the love and abundance that is surrounding you in this moment. And with each breath, going deeper and deeper into relaxation. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. Where it almost feels like you can let your arms out when they would just float, they would just be held by the air around you. Where you start to feel so light, so connected, so tapped into love. That it doesn't matter what's around you in this moment. It doesn't matter, the noises don't matter. Your dog getting into some stuff upstairs doesn't matter. Kids being loud. Giving yourself this moment, going within. As we cultivate this inner peace, we start to radiate it out into the world. Before we can expand it out and give it out, let's go ahead and take care of ourselves first. So gently placing one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. It's almost like as if your heart chakra, your sacral, your solar plexus, whatever is calling to you this moment, it's almost like this opening of the gates. That's what they're showing me. It's almost like the vacuum. And as it opens up, it starts to pull in just the light, the love that's around you in this moment. Breathing in and out. Letting your whole vessel be filled. You in this moment. Filling your whole body with gratitude of just waking up. Thanking this vessel for holding your light. Feeling so good that any distractions, anything else that is trying to pull you out of this moment, you can just cut that cord, free that line. Come back to this inner peace, this bliss of just being here, being alive, feeling the ground beneath your feet, connecting into that heartbeat of Mother Earth, steady drum of love, peace. Light around you, surrounding your aura and letting them expand. Thank you. So what they're showing me, it's almost like from this love, from these tubes that we've created, almost visualizing, they're being very playful, like these bubbles, you know, those bubble machines, or even like the wands. See those circles, those energy centers open up and now blowing almost like bubbles out of those two energy centers, specifically from the heart. And the bubbles can be big or small, as whatever comes to you. And almost seeing like the translucent light. I mean, when you look into a bubble, how it's so multi-dimensional, right? It's just seeing a bubble makes you, how could you not be happy when you see a bubble? It brings us back to our childhood, to our playfulness. And when you're looking at a bubble, like it's just so delicate but beautiful. How you can see through it, it's transparent, but also reflective of so much of the light around it. And how some may say that there's no color, but when you look at it at a certain angle, you see blues and pinks and yellows and all the colors of the rainbow. Just letting yourself play in this moment, seeing this bubble, creating those bubbles. Create a larger bubble, so taking a deep breath and seeing that bubble come out from the heart chakra. Perhaps there's a specific color, perhaps it's just that a regular bubble that is reflective of all the different colors. And making it large enough to where it can fit someone within, and setting an intention around this bubble, blessing, love, someone that needs it, someone that's in your heart, knowing that this bubble will provide almost like an energetic hug when it reaches the person, protection, love. And as you breathe in and out, sending that bubble out, thinking of a person. So for me, I will send the first one to my youngest. And just seeing that person inside that bubble. And as they look at themselves in that bubble, how that bubble just generates this huge smile. Inside this bubble, they feel your love. There may be bubbles that provide forgiveness. Letting yourself play in this moment. Reaction. And back to your heart. And setting the intention for the second bubble, whether that is peace, love, tranquility, forgiveness. Strength, confidence, with your breath, start to blow that bubble from that tube, from that heart space. Being intentional with your breath, right? Because as we know with bubbles, how you have to almost find like be melodic and find that flow. You can't blow too fast or it pops too slow and it shrinks back. Finding that easy medium, that perfect space of flow, of pressure. You've created the second bubble, just seeing if it's a particular color. And sending it out to wherever it needs to go, whether it's down the streets, the other side of town, the other side of the country. We know this love, this energy transcends space and time. So I'm sending this second bubble to my oldest son. And just seeing that bubble come and gently coming down through the crown and creating this beautiful bubble around them. As they look up, also smiling or seeing their reaction. As they take a deep breath, just seeing their shoulders relax, their heart open up, their roots planted on the earth. Seeing them take a deep breath and open up to receive whatever magic blessing you've sent to them. To create that third bubble. Setting that intention. It can just be one word, or it can be multiple words. Whatever comes to you, whatever you feel your third person needs in this moment. Opening up that heart space. Child, the first time you got to blow a bubble and you got it just right, and how that became so natural. When you're done with that bubble, just pay attention to see if it's a particular color. Who you're going to send that to. So send this to my honey. Seeing that bubble travel across streets, all the terrain, maybe mountains and rivers, valleys. And finding your person. And see this bubble come down from the crown Just holding them like this beautiful hug of love, this little cocoon of light. Perhaps giving them peace and tranquility or whatever is coming to you now. Just seeing their hearts receive it, seeing them open up. Just come back to yourself. And we want us to create a bubble for ourselves, knowing that this bubble will provide you with protection, with a recharge. And just seeing if there's a particular color or words that come to mind. Letting yourself play, letting yourself be creative. And just see this bubble surround your whole body. Feeling your whole body relax even more. At night, when you're ready to release, let yourself be playful and popping it, knowing that only those things for your highest good can come through this bubble. Knowing that it's filled with resilience and with that bold light. Letting yourself be filled. What they're showing me, it's almost like the bubble becomes like this screen, right? Like the movies. So letting yourself receive this moment and seeing if any words, any colors, any scenarios, any guidance is being projected on this screen, on this bubble. Letting yourself open up, even if it's a single word to carry today. When you're ready to come out of this bubble, back in the body now. 3, perhaps bringing gentle movement and stretching to the body. 4, taking the deepest breath. You've taken this far. 5, letting it go, opening up your eyes, coming back. How are we, friends? Thank you, Momo. Yeah, that was cute. Thanks, guys. I haven't done that meditation before, but it makes sense because I have been calling in play a lot. So very childlike and fun. If you want to go ahead and share. Oh, I was like, thanks. And Derek's like, your hair's on fire. And I was like, literally, I'm like, no, my candle's over there. Thank you. It took me a moment to follow. I was just like, behind? Where? Hi, Sherry. Trust and truth. Oh, that's beautiful. If you want to write down any of the words that came to you or any specific colors or even who you sent those bubbles to. I'm curious. Or if you have any questions. I know I haven't been on here for a while, so I'm enjoying this. I've missed all of you so much. And I will be doing these every Monday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know why I put Pacific Standard Time this morning. My brain must have been in I was going to say Hawaii, but I don't think that's specific. In California. Lots of purple, power, yes. What word did you get, Maria? Showing your daughter, your husband, your sister. Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's really beautiful when you see like how they're receiving the bubble and trusting your first impressions. Peace and love, that's beautiful. Because like my 6-year-old was like, oh, right? And like when I saw the bubble on my 12-year-old, he was more like, what? Like, what is this? And my husband was just like open, probably because he's in this meditation. So maybe he's still here. So it's that's when you start to work with energy. That's when you start to use your intuition and to trust what you're seeing, what you're feeling, right? To not second guess it. And that's that process of letting yourself be naked, right? When you're trusting yourself, lots of yellow, yes. When you're trusting yourself and you're going within and you are pulling back those layers and taking off that clothing, right? There is no shame. You won't look down and be like, I'm naked, and cover yourself up. You're going to be like, yes, I trust myself. This is my body. This is me. This is my mind. I am all things, which is a whole other lesson for another day. But happy Monday, everyone. Just some housekeeping and to keep you guys up to date. If you want to go on the website, all of the events are there. I think I'm gonna do like a pop-up circle soon. I don't know what day yet, but I had everything, you know, usually it's full moon, new moon, and bright green. Oh, chartreuse, okay. Love it. So I'm gonna do a pop-up circle because I was only doing it, yes, Elise, I'll post this on here too. I I was only doing full moons and new moons, and I'm like, why can't I can do this whenever I want, right? So it's really crazy how you have like these little bliss moments of like, oh, and it's like these tiny little shifts where it's like, oh, I don't have to do that, or I don't want to do that. Like, I can do this and this and this. I feel like sometimes we want the shifts to be this huge, monumental, and those happen too, right? For the retreat for me, it was like, it took a long time for integration. But sometimes like these little subtle shifts can be just as impactful as like those big aha moments, right? Of like, yeah, I can do that. Or like, that's why I'm so grateful for when they give me like these analogies that are like everyday analogies. They're not these crazy things that you have to break down or try to decipher. They're just like, yeah, let's make some bubbles. Like, let's send some bubbles. Let's play. Also, there is yes, retreat in Sedona in October. I think we're gonna do a live with that with Olivia soon, just so that my people can meet her and her people can meet me. But it's really, and I'll save this for our live, just like how we connected. It was definitely divinely orchestrated. So, and that retreat's going to be very powerful. The more that I tap into what it's supposed to look like and the things that they want me to do in this retreat, man, I'm excited. And it's in Sedona, October 4th through 7th. There is also a couples retreat at the Elms on December 4th. And right now I'm currently working on all of the retreats for next year. So there will definitely be some in Oklahoma. I love that we're finalizing that in a couple of weeks, but I feel it in my heart that there will be. And I also feel in my heart that there will be one in Hawaii next year. So just letting people know that. The Sedona one happened quickly, and I feel like I'm going to Hawaii in a couple of weeks, and I think that that's when we will finalize and figure out the retreat in Hawaii for next year. So I don't know if it will be a healer's retreat, like a master retreat, or if it will be just like an open to everyone retreat. We'll see how it flows and how it's divinely orchestrated. Like I said, usually with my retreats, I just surrender to what's supposed to happen, who's supposed to be there, what healers need to come. I just trust and allow. So yes, also open for sessions if you want to come in. I am in the Shawnee office, and then also up north at A New Aesthetics on Tuesdays for my people that are up north. And I'm just excited to be back. Also, mark your calendars. I'm going to do something pretty fun for my people my business anniversary is on 11/11, and last year we did this cacao ceremony, and I really want to make that a tradition. I think that's on Veterans Day, but just so my people know, most of my people log on to these, so block off 11/11 because it will be some type of party, some type of circle, some type of, I don't know what it is yet, but I know that I have to bring my people together, so and be surrounded and celebrate. So yes. Any questions? Anything in particular that you guys want me to address, or even do a meditation? Like I said, we'll be doing these every Monday. I'm committing to that, and I'll try to keep it, under an hour. So I want to honor your time as well, but I think it's also really important that we take time for ourselves. So an hour is not a lot to give to yourself in a day. So make time for you, whether it is logging in and listening to me, or whether it's going out on a walk or working out, or whatever, but definitely giving yourself that time, even if you have to block it off on your calendar. Like, let that be a non-negotiable, because when we're not like focusing on ourselves, it's like the roots, we're not grounding, we're not anchoring down to like our light, then it's almost like we become like these untethered energies that get lost in the collective. And as we know, there's just a lot going on up there. So when I tap into that, I try to do it very intentionally and not get lost in the chaos of things right now. So yes, everyone have a beautiful Monday. We love you, Maria. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everyone that supported all the nonprofit stuff that I've been doing lately with Roundball and with Band of Angels. I'm trying to think if there's any, guys, it's already like about to be September. Like, time is speeding up, so make sure that you are doing things for you. I'm trying to think if there's any other messages that they're putting through. Not from me. So yeah, thank you for joining me, guys. I'm so grateful for all of you for coming back, and I'm so excited to do these again. It makes my heart so happy. I love you all. Have an amazing Monday, and remember, like, at the end of the night, to just be like, pop that bubble. So I love you all. Bye.